GolfForever. It's a great combination of a swing trainer and a GolfForever app, testified and verified by the greatest golfers in the world and some of the greatest trainers and doctors in the world as well that have been doing this for a very, very long time. Welcome to Entrepreneurs, the Playbook. And I am super excited because when I get to talk about a topic that I love and a mirror and a synergistic aligned sport to life, I can't think of anything bigger and better to talk about in entrepreneurship than golf. And Dr. Jeremy James is here, the founder of GolfForever. Sounds like a dream, sounds like heaven to me. Golfing Forever program, Golfing Forever podcast, Play Without Limits show. Welcome to Entrepreneurs, the Playbook, Dr. Jeremy James.
Thank you so much, David. Really happy to be here and can't wait to talk about, how we can hopefully help everybody play golf forever, at least as long as they're willing and able.
There's so many parallels between golf and life, and we'd love to live forever, and at least we'd love to live healthy and happy for as long as we could. And starting out, GolfForever wasn't GolfForever; it was actually Back Forever. And how was the evolution of Back Forever aligned with Golfing Forever?
It's a great question. And if you don't mind, David, I'll take you back one step further, tell you how
Please.
this whole thing started. So I directed a clinic in Aspen, Colorado for over a decade, and we were essentially the clinic of last resort for people struggling with chronic back pain. And back when we were doing this a long time ago, we were one of only a handful of clinics in the country that were taking the approach that we took to address chronic pain. And that was essentially behavioral change. People would come out to my clinic and stay anywhere from a few weeks to a few months with us. And we would look at all aspects of their life and their behavior and how that contributed to this pain that they couldn't overcome. And these people had usually tried everything, drugs, surgery, you name it. We looked at how they moved, how they lived, how they carried themselves, what kind of activities did they do. And we put all that together and devised a plan for them to follow, which usually consisted of a large amount of exercise. And it was extremely successful. And in my clinic, as you can imagine, I had a lot of golfers. And so early in my career, I had to learn a lot about the mechanics of the golf swing, what it can do to the human body if you don't take care of your body, what you need to do with your body to prevent things that can break down related to golf. And so to answer your question, after doing that for several years, it turned from joy to frustration because I kept seeing the same problems, patient after patient that came to our clinic, the same bad advice they had gotten. And the typical Western medicine, it's changing now, but typical Western medicine approach to back pain is to target a symptom. And, they'll look at what's hurting, they'll look at the most immediate cause of that. Maybe it's a disc bulge or what have you, and they'll just address that part. But the body is a biomechanical system. And if you don't change how the body moves, even though you may have addressed the problem that's the immediate cause, something else will break down in the chain later on, or you'll re-aggravate that area. And so what we were doing was a holistic approach of really transforming the body, how the body carries loads, how it protects against those harmful loads. And so originally my idea was to take what we were doing in the clinic and scale it at a low cost to everyone because, insurance didn't cover what we did. It was very expensive. People had to leave their jobs, spend a lot of time with us. So with Back Forever, I was just trying to use what at the time was a new technology to do the same assessment we did in my clinic and then provide the same kind of programs with exercise and movement education via video. And we did that, we launched it. And it's funny, I thought our biggest challenge was going to be getting the same results for people that were willing to do it. That wasn't the challenge. The biggest challenge was the business model and marketing. And what we saw was the people that were coming to my clinic self-selected because they were highly motivated to take all this time and take time out of their lives. With Back Forever, we were getting a huge mix of people. And a lot of the people that came in were in the state they were in because they didn't want to do anything proactive. They didn't want to exercise, in other words. And so we saw wide disparity in engagement and commitment. But what we did see, because we asked people what they like to do, is we saw again a lot of golfers, and that the golfers were the most engaged. They wanted the most information. They kept coming back for more, and we knew we were really on to something there. So I took the idea of a golf specific brand to Justin Leonard, who was also lived in the community, and we were acquaintances. And Justin's a great guy. I can't thank him enough. He's very much into proactive health, and he loved the idea and got on board when it was just an idea. And he really helped us get this thing off the ground.
Yeah, it's amazing. I spent the majority of my career with is called a bug light approach with the greatest athletes and entertainers as an attraction to what is necessary to build a business. And I do have some familiarity as I have an honorary doctorate from Sherman College in the humanities of chiropractic medicine, and big fan of Palmer and many others that I've studied throughout the years,
Oh.
and understanding what you do and how you do it. um, but what was really intriguing to me was when I used the app and GolfForever swing trainer. And it wasn't just interesting because I could see in my own recreational play, but normally when I work on things like this, my son is 15 years old and not interested. But
Hmm.
the minute he saw Scottie Scheffler on the box, being a marketing and branding, a sports marketing and branding person for so long, with a tinge towards holistic healing, of course, as a quantum healer myself, and a favorable theta meditation and energy person, I I took note because I've never seen him rush to open a box like that and get it going and to ask me. And so it's much more than just the 57-year-old golfer who's swinging wrong, damaging, I'm sure, so many different areas of my body, let alone my back. Uh,
Hmm.
but how important is the relationships, not just with Justin Leonard, Tom Kim, Zach Johnson, Ryan Palmer, but you guys have the world's number one player, the most recognizable player today, even more recognizable than Tiger Woods, is Scottie Scheffler. How much of a difference in the business as a brand ambassador does Scottie make?
Well, it's been huge. And to your point, when we first launched this thing, it very much was for that older demographic that usually had some sort of problem. With the addition of Scotty, we've broadened substantially, and we've shifted now to where only about 30% of the people that come to use GolfForever are coming because they have some sort of issue, pain, or injury. The other 70% are coming because they want to get better at golf and be stronger and be more healthy. And he's widened our demographic substantially. We get a much wider demographic of people age-wise. He's given us, unbelievable visibility in the golf industry and to the general golf audience. And I'm most proud to say that he joined us because he used the product and he believed in it. Scotty has trained with Dr. Troy Van Biesen his entire career, and Troy and I aligned philosophically, and Troy became one of our content providers, I think about a year and a half before Scotty. And so he was taking Scotty through the same types of protocols that I used. Mine was focused on health more, and his was more on golf. And he got Scotty using the swing trainer leading up to Scotty's breakout year, and Scotty loved it. And that's why he decided to join us. It wasn't any kind of traditional, paid ambassadorship. He very much did it, because he believed in it. And it's been fantastic.
And let's talk about that because a lot of people believe in what you do. What I saw to be the greatest value was combining the swing trainer with the video exercises on the Golf Forever app. So it brought in to me the whole picture of not just exercises to do, but actually to have a official trainer. And the swing trainer to me improved my game. And I won't say that about my son, although the first round we played after he used the trainer was the first time he ever had nine uh, pars in a row.
That's
So
that's awesome.
he credits the trainer, but I was very proud of him to play that way. But there is an exponential value in the training system with the app.
There is. It's a great point, and it really did have a tremendous impact on our business. And what you're hitting on is two things. One is, I tend to be very clinical, and when we first launched this thing, my whole philosophy and where I put most of my energy and effort was I want it to be the right protocols. I want to make sure nobody gets hurt, and I want to make sure it's as efficacious as it can be. What the swing trainer did was it brought fun to it. And, people on my team say, Jeremy's all about making you eat your vegetables, but now we've added some ice cream, right? So it made it fun where I don't tend to go that way. And the combination of the two, to your point, really was magical. It really brings in the feel of golf. You almost feel like you're not really working out. You're doing something more fun, than working out. And it's really been the key to our success, the pairing of the two.
Yeah, and understanding different points that you can get to and strengthening the points in the backswing and the follow through and other areas. Really, for me, uh, I'm addicted to it, and I know you have my user testimonial, and you'll receive many, many more for my community of middle-aged mutant turtles. But you also have my son's testimonial, warranted, verified or not. He gives you great credit in a very short amount of time, but there's a lot of testimonials over the years and from very knowledgeable people, not only in the sport, but doctors and trainers alike. What are some of the standout things that people are testifying to with the trainers so people can understand not just my perspective, my son or trainer's perspective? You have so many different types of users. What are some of the things they're saying about the combination of the trainer with the app?
It's a great question. And I would answer it with the following and ask everybody that's listening to do the following. If you go to our apps, if you go to the GolfForever app site on the App Store, on the Apple App Store, you'll see we have a 4.9 rating with thousands of reviews. And if you go read those reviews, just read the first 20 or 30, you're going to see consistently in almost every one of them the following, which is people saying, you know what, I'm hitting X number more yards, my consistency's improved, and I feel better. I feel 20 years younger. I'm able to do things I never thought I could do. I'm picking up my kids, my grandkids. I'm more committed to exercise than I've ever been. It's both on almost every review, and that makes me extremely happy. I've always seen this partially. Just to back up for a second, most healthcare providers' dream is to find a way to make preventative care uh, fun and something that people will do. People generally won't do it. And we all know that if you stop people from getting to the point where they need to go to get help, that's much easier and more effective than once they're already needing it. And I see this as a Trojan horse to get people to do the preventative things that get them a higher quality of life, et cetera. So I'm proud in all of those reviews that you see both. You see real, actual golf improvement that people didn't expect, coupled with a really unexpected benefits in how they feel, how they move, and just the way they live their day-to-day life.
And with your varied background as well, even with your Tony Hawk like career as a skateboarder, uh,
I
there's
wish.
many other applications that after using the swing trainer and the app, I see many other applications as well in strengthening for different core and back support of many sports that can be used for the long term, for longevity of a healthy long life. Uh, what's next? Do you see expanding outside of golf forever into other sports or other modalities?
No, I would love to. Right now, our focus is to dominating the golf market. But to your point, what we're teaching people how to move like athletes. We're teaching people to move optimally the way your body is designed to move. And then we layer the golf specific stuff on top of that. The foundation, though, is solid biomechanics and athleticism. And so we could add different layers of specialization on top of that. One of the most obvious ones is it's kind of funny, but I don't know if you know how much pickleball is growing right now. It's
Yeah.
exploding. It's exploding. And similar to golf, you're finding that people are getting so excited about it that maybe haven't been doing sports much previously or been moving athletically. So the injury rate is off the charts, sprained ankles, hurt knees, hurt backs. So that's one that's always intrigued me. It's one we could do very well. But right now we have some really major improvements coming to our app in Q4 of this year and Q1 of next year. We're most excited about that and focusing on that. I think it's going to really improve the user experience, give you a bit more of that ice cream, make it more fun and engaging. And once we accomplish that, then we'll see where we are. But we certainly could conquer many more sports.
Yeah, well, if you stick to golf, that would be good enough with the rise of interest again in participation in all types of aspects of golf and different variants, just like pickleball for golf. Not only do you have my testimonial for already within 30 days, the improvement, especially with my driver, that average of 26 yards may be a little low for me. But
I
also,
love that.
like I said, my son 9 pars in a row. He was begging me to play more. If you want your back or your golf to be forever great, then check out GolfForever. It's a great combination of a swing trainer and a GolfForever app, testified and verified by the greatest golfers in the world and some of the greatest trainers and doctors in the world as well that have been doing this for a very, very long time. I've used a lot of different tools, and this is now my favorite back tool, not just for golf, but for life and improving my golf game with just using it 3 times a week is an incredible value add to being healthy and living a happy, healthy, long life. Join Dr. Jeremy James, founder of Golf Forever. Check them out at Golf Forever Program or at Dr. Jeremy James. We are blessed to have great entrepreneurs that are doing well by doing good in sports. This is David Meltzer with Dr. Jeremy James with Entrepreneurs, the Playbook.